January 4th, 1986. So, 36 years. Hi guys, welcome back. I know some of you are doing this declutter challenge along with me, so I have a question for you. Have you changed your mind yet? Because I have. Yeah. I have at least one thing that I know I decided to let go of, but then I found a use for it. So I'm going to keep it. That's okay. It happens. But more often what happens is I'll have something that I decided to keep, but then later that day or the next day, I decide I don't want to keep it after all. So I put it in my pile of stuff for today's count. Now, I will let you know, I don't normally count the items that I declutter. I'm only counting them because I'm doing this declutter challenge. It's helping me to keep looking and not stop just because I found a few things to declutter. If I have a goal, then I'm going to push to meet it. So that means I get a few more things decluttered from my house. But normally, I don't count things because I don't really care. I just want it gone. I don't care how many things there are. I don't care about the percentage. I don't care about any of that. I just want it gone. If you find yourself struggling to find things at this point to declutter, think about those things that you have laying around, like things you used to use but you're not using them anymore, or maybe those things that you meant to use but you never did, or you didn't like it but you still kept it. Maybe it's time to let those things go. And what about those old forgotten collections, or maybe an out-of-control collection? Or what about those old journals or those private letters you wouldn't want anyone to ever read? Maybe it's time to go through those and consider if it's time to maybe let them go. It's up to you, but maybe something to think about. And what about that dreaded box of random junk you've been avoiding forever? I bet there's some stuff in there you could let go of. Might take a few days, but I bet you'd find something in there. Maybe it's time to let that stuff go and set yourself free. Today is day 11. It's starting to look a lot better in here. You can see the walls, you can see the windows, and you might see on the bed right there next to Pumpkin something new that wasn't here last time we were in here. That's because I needed to get a long sleeve shirt out of the closet in here because it's cold weather. And while in there, I found some things I could get rid of. So I have 4 of these things to get rid of and 8 hangers. I don't know what it is with me and hangers, but I used to hang on to all my hangers, and now I'm letting them go because I don't need them. I'm reducing my wardrobe and the number of things that I have and the number of things that I use and wear, and I don't need all of those hangers anymore. So that's a change in mindset for me. Thank you, Pumpkin. If you're like me, when you're putting your stuff away that you've decided to keep, you might find that you don't need everything. There were 3 of these little recipe books. I kept one, and I'm going to let the other 2 go. And the pictures that I had in these frames, I took them out. And so now I have 6 picture frames that I'm going to let go of. You might also find that there's a few things you thought you wanted to keep, but now you've changed your mind and you're not going to keep them. So they can go in your pile for today. And here's another one of the things that I decided I'm not going to keep after all. I'm going to take this in the other room so that I can go through it. I'm going to put these things in my holiday bin. And these are in my maybes. And this, I think I have a place for that, and if it doesn't work out, I can always get rid of it later. I'm going to go through this bag real quick in here and take out all the things that are not books. Of all the stuff in that bag, I'm going to be putting this stuff away, and we had some trash or shred. And that little box there, that's a gift that we never used, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. It's still in the box. I got the photos out of the cube, and inside I found a couple more photos and also some trash. I'm going to keep the photos, let the trash go, and put the cube in the giveaway pile. This is one of those items that I have a fun memory with it, but I don't think I'm going to keep it because it doesn't fit in with what I'm wanting to do in my home. I was peeking down in this box, in this bag, and what could I see? 8 packs of thumbtacks. I don't think we need that many. Maybe we'll keep one and let the rest go. And that store hasn't been around for years, so who knows how long this has been here. I probably bought them to do a craft or something and just never did. I'm probably not going to do it at this point. I don't even remember what it was for. I'm going to keep this lamp in here. I'll have to get a little table or nightstand to put it on by the bed, but a family member made it and I do like it and I want to keep it. The other day I was looking for something and I opened this drawer up and what I was looking for wasn't in there. So I shut the drawer back and walked away. But a seed was planted. This shirt is old and ratty. And later, the thought took root. And I realized I didn't wear that shirt last year. I didn't choose it. I forgot all about it. I didn't go looking for it. And then later, it blossomed into the full-blown realization that I'm ready to let it go. And so today, the beauty happens, and it's leaving my home. Bye-bye. But I'm keeping that one. It's really big. I can wear it over clothes. It's warm when it's on a really cold day, and it's purple. And it's in really good shape. I like to hide little things in drawers and closets and cabinets. I call them my little happies. And when I open the door or pull the drawer out, I see it and it makes me smile. But this one doesn't make me smile. It always just makes me think, this doesn't really belong to me. I need to let her go and let her find her true home. So this is actually in my closet in our bedroom. It's not in the spare bedroom. But I'm going to go ahead and add it to my pile today and let it go. Because if I don't, if something happened to me, someone would think that she's special to me. And she would never find her proper home. So I'm going to let her go today. I needed one more thing to make my 50 for today. And I found this piece of newspaper from 2008 in my bookshelf. I don't know why I had it. I can't figure out anything that makes any sense with it. But it's going to be my number 50 for today. These are the things I'm going to be putting away today. I put them in this bag so I can carry them around and put them where they go. And this is the stuff that will be leaving our house. After 11 days of decluttering, this is what we have. Today is day 12. Have you heard of this book, The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning? I had already been decluttering for a few months when I read this book, and I realized I had been doing this, I just didn't know it had a name. As I've looked for things to declutter over the past few days, I noticed that some of my old journals are in here. A lot of times we write secrets and silly things in our journals that we would never want anyone else to read or to know about. And the author suggests that you find your journals, read through them, reminisce, and then get rid of them. I'm not much of a journaler, so I was kind of surprised that I found 16 old journals. I'm pretty sure they're all kind of boring, but I'll look through them, and then I'm going to let them all go. It's time. I never look at them. And while I was in there, I also found this old Sudoku puzzle book. All of the puzzles are worked in it, almost anyway, and so I'm going to let it go too. Part of Swedish death cleaning is about what you leave or don't leave behind when you die, because someone's going to have to come in and deal with all of your things that you've left behind. But the other part of Swedish death cleaning is for you while you're still here, so that you can live a peaceful, clutter-free life with just the things that matter the most to you. So looking at collections and personal items, that's part of what you do when you do the Swedish death cleaning. So that's what I'm going to do with this box. This can fall into that category. It's a collection of, I think it's mostly Christmas jewelry, pins and stuff. And they're just pretty. I don't ever wear them. And I just pull them out and then I put them all back in the box. Every once in a while I think, oh, I'm going to get rid of those, and then I don't. So I'm going to try this time to actually get rid of them all, or at least narrow it down. So I'm going to go through these and then we'll see what we got. That worked out pretty well. As you can see, it's all just a bunch of costume jewelry. It's not worth anything, but it's pretty, so I kept hanging on to it. But now I'm ready to let all of this go. And I'm only going to keep these few items. And these are the ones that I actually wore every once in a while, like on a coat or a scarf or something. That's all I'm going to keep. I don't need these in here anymore. I'm going to put them away, and if I need them, I can go get one. Using the suggestions from The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning, I'm letting go of 16 of my old journals, plus 50 items of costume jewelry. And this is what I'm keeping. I may do more videos in the future focusing on Swedish death cleaning, but I just wanted to touch on it a little bit while I'm going through this 50 items per day declutter. If you're interested in knowing more about Swedish death cleaning, my friend Sunday Dawn over at The Helpful Home is doing a series all year where she's going through her house doing a Swedish death cleaning. I'll put a link in the description below so you can check her out if you'd like to. It's day 13. I know what you're thinking. That looks the same as it did yesterday on day 12. Well, that's because what I got out was the box of jewelry that was on that shelf, the journals that were in that shelf, and the containers that were on that bench. So it doesn't look like I made a lot of progress visually, but I did make progress. So don't be discouraged. There may be days that visually it doesn't look like you made a lot of progress, but you did. As long as you did something, you did. You made progress. So keep that in mind and don't give up. Before today, let's go ahead and get started. I already see something I want to get. This was in those containers that I took out yesterday. It's trash. It can go bye-bye. Oh, and you like my surface here? This is where I can do some sorting now, so I don't have to take everything to the other room. As you know, all 50 items don't have to come from the spare bedroom. And this thing is starting to clutter up my kitchen. If you watched the video when I first got it, you can see how pretty it was. But now, it's kind of beyond the beyond, and it's time to go. So I'm going to get rid of the flowers, but I am going to keep the vase. It did kind of go okay in here, and I might even buy myself some flowers every once in a while. These were for my niece. You may recognize this as one of the items I put in the giveaway pile the other day. It is. I had taken a picture and was getting ready to post it, but I didn't want it to get hurt, so I hung it up on the wall here just to protect it over this because I don't have any nails. And I haven't been able to figure out how to camouflage that, and I can't get it off. So I accidentally solved my problem. So I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to leave it as a fair exchange. One thing that I was going to get rid of covered up some clutter on the wall. I also thought I'd get rid of some fantasy items today. This is one of 3 cabinets of fabric. They were full. I have been getting rid of this stuff. These were stuffed full, and I had 3 cabinets full. This is in my basement, and I want to put my office stuff down here. So I need to empty out some of this fabric and stuff because I'm no longer sewing. I used to sew a lot, but I haven't for years. And so this is one of those fantasy selves where it's something that I used to do, but I no longer do. I know I want to keep these because I have something I want to do with those. So even though I'm not sewing anymore, I can still sew. And so I have a couple projects I do still want to do, but I'm not doing as much as I used to. So what I want to do is, I don't think I've gone through this shelf down here at all. Well, maybe a little. But I want to go down here and see if I can pull out some items. I don't need this stuff, so I know I can get that, so I'm going to have to pull that out. I don't think I need that. I don't need this stuff. So I can see a few things in here that already I can tell I don't need to keep this. So let me pull all of that out, and then we'll see how much we have. Sorry about all the dust, but it is fabric. I got all the stuff in this stack out. The only thing I kept was this orange. I might make a pumpkin out of that. If not, I'll get rid of it. And this was a flag corps uniform that I had made. I don't know why I didn't finish this one, but I made that for a friend. Well, actually, I made it for the whole flag corps. I made uniforms for them. So that's what that's from. So I'll decide on that at some point too. But right now I just want to get the fabric and things that I can get rid of and give away. And I'm going to take this pile upstairs, and then I'm going to come back down and go through this pile. I think we can clear out a whole shelf. While I was going upstairs, I decided to go ahead and let this go too, because there are some ladies on the local giveaway site that like to remake things for their kids or their grandkids. I don't remember what year I made this, but I can tell you this, the girl whose team I made this for, her kids have graduated high school and are in college. So, that tells you anything. So now I'm going to go through this stack. This would make some really good Santa boots. It's kind of a greenish color. I don't know if you can tell it. But, you know what? That's what my brain would say. That would make some really good Santa boots. But I'm not ever going to do it. It's been in here. I mean, this store's not even around anymore. Most of the stuff I have has just been around forever. I don't know if you can see it, but the store's not even around anymore. Yeah. So it needs to go. And here is Santa's outfit that I'm never going to make, because I never did make it. And I'm not going to make it now. I mean, this stuff's probably 40 years old, at least. I probably had it since the 80s. All of this stuff is like that. And, you know, it was probably some craft idea I thought I was going to do, and never got to it because my mind moved on to the next craft thing I was going to do, and I never did it. See, look, some really good stuff in here. So hopefully someone will enjoy it and make use of it. But I have not made use of it, and I know that I am not going to make use of it. There's a lot of that stuff I already took up, and this is one of the things I think too. I made a lot of Cabbage Patch clothes back in the 80s. I made a lot of Cabbage Patch clothes and accessories for my friends' kids and for myself, because I have Cabbage Patches too. And a lot of this fabric is from that. And this can go. And so can this old receipt. Oh, maybe it's got a date on it. Let's see. I don't know if I can see it. 1986. January 4th, 1986. So, 36 years. I'm going to put this on the shelf with the things I'm keeping, take the rest of it upstairs, and we've cleared out a shelf in this cabinet. Woohoo! Oh, and also, when I stood up to pick up the fabric, this was on the floor. I forgot I had laid it there. It was a bag full of stuff. Happens to be the fabric pieces and the lists and stuff from when I designed the flag corps uniforms, and also when I made and designed a wedding dress. So those are all going as well. And there's a whole bunch of pieces of stuff in here. I didn't even count it all. So it's all going. Another kind of fantasy self item is something that you thought you would do and you got things to do it with, but then you never did. And I think we might find some of that in this box. So I'm going to open it up and see. If it's what I think it is, then I think this is one of those things. A whole bunch of exercise videos. The thing about stuff like this is it only works if you actually use it. And I haven't been using it. And I have a neck problem, and so a lot of these are things that I can't do anymore, even if I did pull them out. So I can't play them easily. So I'm just going to go ahead and let them go. I mean, there's no reason to keep them, right? And maybe somebody else has a VHS player or whatever and can use them. I think I have another empty box. There we go. All that stuff, it can go bye-bye. And there goes another part of my fantasy self. Well, I was looking for something to use for my fantasy self thing that I never actually got around to doing. I found a pillow form for a bolster pillow in the closet, and it didn't have a cover. And this was actually something that was in that fabric. So I put the two together. Not really something I would put around the house, but I'm going to see if it's something that we can use, and if not, it'll go. This is what I'll be putting away. In case you want to know, I went ahead and counted everything. It's 135 items leaving our home. There was a lot of paper in that bag. Doesn't take up much space, but it sure does add up. Even though this stuff didn't come out of the spare bedroom, it still helps me because some of the stuff that I want to clear out of the spare bedroom now has a place to go. It's day 14. Time to get busy. For today, I thought maybe I might pull this box over and start tackling some of that. I know that the stuff in this box, I have kind of gone through it before and whittled it down, but I think it's time for another go at it. I have a variety of things to put away. There's a bunch of scissors, but I don't want to make a decision on those yet because I have more. I want to gather them all together and then make my decisions once I see what I've got and what I really need. And I'll probably give those crayons away. There were pens that no longer work and pencils that have dried up erasers, empty bags, garbage, more thumbtacks, some jewelry, some pencils, and a steno pad. I'm actually going to go through that and make sure there's nothing I need to keep, but then I'm going to throw it out. So that's the items that are leaving our home for day 14 of my 50 items per day for a month declutter challenge. One thing that I've learned about myself over this past year of decluttering is that when I have a box that has a lot of stuff in it, especially a lot of little stuff, I hit a threshold pretty quickly and I start getting overwhelmed. So it's best for me just to do a little at a time. So I'm going to put the rest of this away and I'll come back to it another day and do some more. And I'll pick away at it a little at a time until it's gone.
Who I was, who I am, who I thought I'd be. Every single thing I own reveals a part of me. All the things I used to do, the me I used to know, stored away on dusty shelves, forgotten long ago. On top of that, the me I planned, but never got to see. The dreams I held that hold me back from who I'll someday be. And somewhere near the me I am, the one who's letting go of lost, forgotten things and dreams where only dust can grow.
Hi, Pumpkin. Are you the keeper of the clothes? Hi. Hello, Bobby. Hello.
If you'd like some more decluttering motivation, check out my friend Diana over at Diana Simplifies. She's got an easy decluttering idea for that overcrowded closet. If you're hesitant about decluttering your clothes, this might be the solution you're looking for. And also, the lovely Dee over at Deelovelylife. She's decluttering every Thursday in January, and she's always a delight to hang out with. And don't forget Sunday Dawn over at The Helpful Home and her year of Swedish death cleaning. I'll put a link in the description below for each of these ladies. Happy decluttering!